Hey everybody, welcome to my introverted life. I'm Wendy. I'm back with another vlog. I have actually been cross-stitching. Not a lot happening. Just spent some time focusing on my Etsy shop and my eBay store. Sales are just slow right now. This is just such a common thing for so many people right now, and I just needed to focus on it. Still not doing great, but got a lot of things in the works, so hopefully someday we'll see. But for now, I'm gonna show you some cross stitch. You'll like the one that I've got back into, because it's definitely a favorite amongst people for sure. Definitely. And yeah, it's every time I work on it, I'd say it's my favorite. So give me a second, I'll show you that. And here it is. This, for those of you who do not know, is Lady of the Flag from Mirabilia. It has been a while since I've worked on it. I think I did a couple challenges on it back in December or January. I will try and put a photo up in this area so you can see what it looked like before. I've been working on it for a couple of days, and I've gotten a little bit filled in, you know. I mean, this is slightly covering up, but I filled in this area right here, went on down in here. I know I filled in a couple bits and bobs there. I think I already had this bit of color done, but pretty sure I did. But I know I filled in a little bit, you know, down in here. Put in a couple little spots there. Filled in a little bit more here. Got this. It's not a lot. I don't get a huge amount of time to work on stuff right now. Just, you know, a little bit of time each day. And because of the fabric being the linen, I don't remember what count it would be. I'm pretty sure I said so some point in time. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. Just the natural light is the absolute best thing for working on this. So when it comes to nighttime, I just do other things. I'll only work on this during the day when the natural light's coming in, because that's when I can see it. But yeah, getting back into it. I have to say I've been missing cross stitch a little bit. Can you blame me? Can you blame me? And I'm excited to work on this. I definitely chose this. It just kind of called out to me suddenly, and I need to get this sucker done. I'd really hoped to get it done like last year. I wanted to get it done all in one year. Did I do that? Of course I didn't do that. This is me we're talking about. But this pattern is borrowed. I swear, every single time this shows up in a vlog, I get a comment from somebody. Are you willing to sell your pattern? No, I don't have a pattern. The pattern is borrowed. And it's always kind of depressing when you see one of those comments. It's kind of like, would actually watching the vlog be that bad of a thing? Like, am I that boring? Probably yes, don't answer that. Anyways, for those of you who do watch the vlog, pattern is borrowed. They have somebody in line after me, and probably more somebodies than just one. That is the popularity of this pattern. We are all aware of that. So, like I said, need to seriously just hunker down, dive into this, get it done. Hopefully by the end of this year, if I can keep just some momentum going with my cross stitch. As always, you know, we've got mental health issues. It's folded right here. There's a little bit of stuff up here, but I've been working on the bottom half. So, you know, like so many of us, mental health issues, recent discovery, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, just understanding that I'm neurodivergent. Did not realize that. I do have social anxiety, and we're looking into other things. Not sure if there's like ADHD, possibly being on the spectrum, those sorts of things. It's just, it's so confusing. But your mind is like, oh, half the time you're like, what does that have to do anything? Why does that give me difficulties? Why? Just, I have problems with that. And then other moments you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And then other times you're just like, oh, that's what's been wrong with me for 40 years. Yeah. It's a roller coaster of emotions till I get it figured out. And even then I understand there still might be some roller coaster of emotions. But I'm learning the function of my brain, relearning the function of my brain, because the wonderful world of trying to be normal for 40 years and turning out you have a brain that just can't really do that is something new to learn about. But that doesn't stop me from loving my crafty stuff. I love my knitting and my cross stitching, a little bit of diamond painting here and there, and my sewing. I'm sewing all the time because that is partly my job. But I've of course got other sewing projects that I want to work on, because that's what we do here. The brain likes the crafts. Anywho, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I will probably hop on again here at some point to show you where I got to, which is, who knows. I think I'm putting some, because there's like color chunks. I'm putting some color chunks in going this way, and then there will be some color chunks that go down this way and follow through along that way. And then I put in the metallics, because I've got to kind of quadrant off into 4s. So, and then I'll get to move up, and I'm not sure which quadrant I'll work on. I kind of think this one, because I kind of want to get the flag done more. Cause I love the way the flag looks. It looks cool. Anyways, gonna get off here so as to stop boring you. And I will see you in, well, for you will be just a sec. Okay, it's been a couple days. I haven't worked on Lady of the Flag anymore, but I did pull out a different whip, and I just put a few strands in it. The whip was, what's it called? Steampunk Navigator. I'll put a picture in over the top of this one. I'm working up in the very, very top corner. It's like 50 pages or something like that, and I'm literally still on page 1. I put in 1, 2, 3 colors, 3 strands, not colors. They were 3 different colors, I will admit that. And it was just something I worked on for a few, and I put it up, and I'm not going to dig it out to show you something that you're not going to be able to see the difference in. However, I am now starting on this. This is, what is this called? This is this one. This is Bucilla Leap of Faith. This is 90%, 95% backstitch, so yeah, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. But I'd seen this on a Flosstube a long time ago and just had to get it. I just loved it. I thought it was so cute. I like the colors. The colors are part of my kitchen colors. My kitchen colors are this tealy aqua turquoise color and brown. So it's something that could go up in the kitchen. It's definitely has to be behind glass one though. So this is where I'm at. I have all of the actual cross stitch for this feather. I have this feather here, and then the words will have a few more full cross stitches in it. Not many, though. I mean, yeah. Like, look at this feather. There's some full crosses and random spots there. A few right in there, and then just a few in a couple of the words. So, not a whole lot of full cross stitch. Like I said, it is backstitch central. And yeah, I am doing one color of backstitch, the darker color of backstitch at the moment. And I think we're just going to get this feather done before we do the other feather. That way I have, because, sorry, I'm going to show you stuff again. This is really close, and it'll be easier to start that feather just by, like, getting this line and then kind of putting in this line. Or putting in part of this line anyways. Maybe go through as much of the area as possible that doesn't have any crosses, because there's a lot of them there. Sorry. Now if I put this in the light, I think it's just gonna, there's some light, you can see a little bit more fully what'll have to be done. Yeah, so, but like I said, it'll just be easier from there. Same thing with all the words and the final feather. So yeah, I love to get all the cross stitch in and then do the back stitch. I just love working on the back stitch because I'm a weirdo. Which is probably one thing that, like, totally drew me to this, is just how much back stitch is in it. It's so cool. But it does take time, you know? I mean, you have to put in the work, especially if you want the back stitch to look nice. Like, look at this. Look at this line. Look at this line. I mean, you're not seeing very many. See, there's a little jump that you didn't get the full straight line in. That something went wrong with that one. Maybe it's made that way. I don't know, because it does it down here too. Can't tell from here, but yeah. It's cool. So I'm going to work on that. As you can see, I'm starting in right here on this part. And either sometime today or sometime in a few days, depends on how long I feel like working on this, I will show you where I get to. So see you in a sec. Okay, so Jessie Marie does stuff. Whip Go Queen. She posted the numbers for next month. And these are the numbers, 23, 25. Stitchy Princess chart that I have. And Leap of Faith. Imagine that. Can't believe it. Been working on it. Now, am I usually the person that wants to work on it in the month that it's called for? Yes, I am. Am I gonna do that this go around? Well, let's see here. That number was called I haven't worked on it. That number was called I haven't worked on it. That number was called I haven't worked on it. That number is called I haven't worked on it. That number is called I haven't worked on it. That number was called I haven't worked on it. That number was called I haven't worked on it. That one I actually did work on. That's the only one I worked on. So, am I going to count the, what have I probably put in, 3 or 4 hours? I'll have to think backwards. Probably about 3 or 4 hours. Am I going to count that towards my 8 hours on this project? You bet I am. Because that is the only way I'm going to end up with a cross off anywhere on this thing, because I just have not been into doing what I'm told. Yeah. But this one here is Lady of the Flag, or the Time Traveler, which I have not started yet. So I've put some hours in, probably a couple only. No, I've done more than a couple, maybe 3 on Lady of the Flag. Lady of the Flag or Time Traveler. We don't know. We'll see what I do with that one. It'll probably end up with this little line around it, meaning that I haven't done it, that I didn't do it in the month that it was called. That should technically have a line around it, and then I can cross it off. Unless I actually put in 8 hours on it, which I could. But I'd have to wait till next month. I don't want to wait till next month. So yeah, technically that should have a line around it. It'll probably end up with a line around it and then a crisscross. Which means I finished it, but I didn't do it in the month I was supposed to. But hey, at least there'll be a cross. Because I need another one. But, like I said, just don't want to work on what I'm supposed to work on. So, imagine that. Yeah, heck yeah. Anyways, leap of faith, going strong. Let's see if I can pull it out real quick. Give you a quick update. It's sitting over here. Like, literally, it's on the floor. I'm trying not to show you my feet. I'm sure you could do without that. I mean, most of us could. My pen. Hold on. Yep, that's a close-up. Sorry. Doing it one-handed. Downside to vlogging. Doing it one-handed. Last vlog, I think I showed that I was working on the dark and that I had to finish all the way down here. Got the dark, got started in with the slightly lighter color, and there's a lot to fill in for this feather, another feather down here, words, another little feather up here. But yeah, put in some work. Put in like, maybe it's not 3 or 4 hours, maybe it's 2 or 3 hours. I don't know. Backstitching takes a long time. It's not so much that the actual stitch takes forever, it's figuring out where the stitches go, because, like, it is the, looks like even weave. I guess it's even weave. Looks like even weave. I don't know. I don't work with even weave and linen all that much. It looks like even weave, but you know, you have to count a lot more and stuff, and it just takes some time. And there's a lot more little bits and pieces, like I did all the way down in here, and I've, you know, I still had a lot of the darker to do, but you know, I had to follow this down, and then we've got little bits and pieces all throughout. One was up here, you know, little random little bits sticking out in different places, you know, little bits. And then getting this was a little bit more time consuming than I'd like. I think I have I think I'm off like a stitch somewhere, so when I get down to there I get to figure out what I did wrong and make it look okay. Gonna fudge. We gonna be fudging. Anywho, that'll be it for this clip. Next clip, we'll see how far I get on this, and yeah, see you in a sec. Okay, and it's been like, I don't know, a day. Yeah, I'm done. So I've probably put in maybe 3 hours on this, I don't know. It's coming along. It looks very cool, so I'm quite happy with it. I think I want to, well, I've just got other stuff to work on. I'll show you a little bit of something that I've worked on that is going to go to the side already, but I just needed to get it to where it was, get a certain portion of it done. And it actually is knitting, not cross stitch. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on next. I've been kind of thinking magic study or death by cross stitch, maybe. They're two projects. Sorry, my brain just sputtered out. Sorry. If you've watched me before, you're aware of this. Yeah, there are two projects that kind of keep kind of popping in my brain. So maybe. I know the other Whip Go goal this month is a pattern I have, the Floral Fairy from Stitchy Princess. I don't feel like working on that, so I'm not gonna. But putting this aside, and this is what I started working on. Yeah, it's a sock that has got a ton of stuff on it. I got the cuff. Got the ribbed cuff done because I wanted to get to the actual leg portion, because I'm not doing any pattern on it. It's just round and round and round. Hold on one sec. Let's see if I can make you sick. I have one sock done. These are socks I'm making for my mom because she likes my let go. She likes knitted socks, but she doesn't really knit. So, and they got the blue cuff, this fun confetti variegated. It's not really variegated, it's more speckled. Fun confetti. It's fun confetti fabric with the, or colorway with the blue heel and blue toe. So it's not super noticeable that it's got opposite color heel toes cuffs, but yeah, it's cute, it's fun, it's bright. I've been making her socks of like all different types. I originally bought like five different skeins of yarn to make her socks with, and I've gotten 3 of them done, or 3.5 done. They've been a variety. I think one set was like Christmas colorway, one set was like a purple and green, so kind of Mardi Gras-ish colorway. I do not remember what the other one was, but this one, bright, colorful. This one is going to be very, very neutral. It's not going to have sorry, brain's just not wanting to go in one direction. I'm in stutter mode. I apologize. Yeah. All gonna be one color, no color change for heels, toes, cuffs. So, but this will kind of be the most neutral pair of socks that she'll have for me. The 5th colorway was not neutral. It's probably in one of my old vlogs. I would not be able to tell you which one. If you are that bored, you can go back and look. But wow, that's a lot of time to do absolutely nothing for just that. Anyways, yeah, got this to where I want it so that it's set up for the leg portion. Can just go round and round and round. And I think I will be back in a sec with, I'm guessing, most likely Magic Study or Death by Cross Stitch, but we'll see in a sec. And here we are. It is, believe it or not, the same day. It is not just a couple seconds away. It's been a few hours, but it's still the same day. I decided on Magic Study. Hopefully I'll remember to put a picture in. So, yeah. As you can see, not super far along on it. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. The reason I chose this over Death by Cross Stitch is the fact that Death by Cross Stitch is being done on even weave, so 2/2, and this is Zeta, and I am just not in the mood to deal with the little tiny dots and having to count. Whereas the Eta, I can see the squares. I struggle seeing the squares on the linen and even weave. It's cool to work on sometimes, and sometimes it's really what I prefer to work on. It's what I really enjoy working on. I don't want to right now. I want it easy. So, chose this, which is cool, because I'm looking forward to getting a bit of work done on this. I cannot pick up this thread. What is wrong with me? That's... Do not answer. That was not an actual question. Anyways, leaving you here. We'll be back in maybe a few days. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe goodness knows with me. But I should be back showing work on this either somewhere in between, you know, in the middle of work on it, or when I've decided to finish. We really don't know what I'll do. This is me we're talking about. Last year was all whip going. You know, my dice challenge, and everything was just planned out for me, and this year I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to work on what I feel like working on. So what I work on for how long, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and maybe I'll spend some time and actually get some work done. Probably not. This is me we're talking about. Can't seem to focus on anything, but I'm enjoying cross-stitching again, even without putting a whole lot of time and focus into things, and that is what is important at the moment. So I will see you in a sec with some progress. And here we are. Yeah, I think I put in 600 stitches or so. Definitely getting a good corner going. I might put in a few more stitches tonight, I don't know, because it's not quite May yet. Have to wait and see, don't know. Kind of got some other stuff to work on. Hard to say. Not sure what this is supposed to be. I think the mini version of this isn't going to turn out all that great. I think you need the larger version, and I still wish I'd been able to get the original colors versus the rainbow, because I just really like the color palette better. But I don't think I ever showed a picture. This reminds me to put a picture in of it. If I did, go me. If not, there's a picture there. Yeah. Mini magic study, mini rainbow magic study. So yeah. But I'm gonna end this video here and get this edited and uploaded. Yesterday Stitch Mania plans should have came out. I really am not sure what I'm going to do with Stitch Mania. I don't know if I'm going to record it all at once and throw it out at the end of the month, if I'll get a bunch of footage and want to do it in like a couple weeks, if I'm going to just kind of throw out little, you know, 5-10 minute videos for each project. I'm not sure. We'll do whatever I feel like when the time comes, because that's the way I'm doing it right now. Anyways, yeah. You know, if you enjoyed what you saw, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, thank you for watching. I'm having a blast just getting the opportunity to talk about this stuff, because let's face it, I don't really know a whole lot of people, and there's just not a lot of people to talk to about my nerdy little crafty stuff. So that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.